Hi, I have decided to share how to sew a button on a pair of pants. Now the reason I'm doing this is because my grandson asked me to fix his pants, sew his button on. And I thought, wonder how many guys out there are going around with buttonless pants because it's ripped right out. You can see right here, it just pulled right through. So we're going to sew a button on here, and then I'm going to teach my grandson how to do it. Since he's only 13, and someday he may be not available to some lady to sew his buttons on. So you pick a button that will fit through the buttonhole. So here's the buttonhole, and you test it. If you don't have the original button, most of us lose it, and make sure it fits through the buttonhole. It's going to be fairly tight and not, if it's too small, it's just going to fall right out, and if it's too big, it's going to rip. So you want it to be right about the size of the buttonhole. Okay? So then on the opposite, well, first, you're going to take your needle and you're going to thread it with a piece of matching colored thread. All of this is easy to find, probably in your grandmother's sewing room or Walmart if your grandmother is not readily close by. So the easy thing for me is to thread with a needle threader. Now if you've got good eyes, you can put it through the hole. And this isn't even easy because I'm in this shade. Okay, we have to pull it out. Okay, there we go. You put it through the little eye and you just do it right. Okay, got my phone a little low to the table, but there we go. Now you're just gonna pull it and your needle is threaded, okay? I like to double thread my buttons just to make sure they stay on. So you go all the way to the end. You put the ends together. I had a really long thread here, apparently. Doesn't have to be super long if you're only doing one button. And once you get the ends, you're going to twirl them around your finger, then kind of roll it. And pull it through. So now you have a knot. I like to do it twice, just to make sure the knot holds, okay? Now I'm just going to snip the extra thread. So here we have a threading needle, and it's knotted at one end. Make sure it's straight, okay? And we have our button. Decide which is the top. I'm going to use this as the top. The rounded part's going to be on the bottom. I'm going to set that over here for now. And we're going to take our piece of spot here that's got really a hole in it, and I'm going to close up this hole by just sewing around this. Usually I would put the knot on the bottom, but I can poke it through because it is a hole. And I'm just going to kind of like sew this hole. It's not going to show because the button's going to be on top of it, but we don't want a hole there or the button won't have anything to hold on to. So we're going to sew this hole up nice and tight. You can kind of sew from side to side, and then you can sew from end to end. Okay, so there we have it. Got a piece of thread there. Hold it. I ended up with a little bit of a tangle because it's kind of hard to see. I'm actually just going to cut this. Sorry. I'm going to cut these. And this happens. But things can always be fixed. So I cut them, and then I'm just going to tie them together. I should have made a taller phone holder. So now we have our hole all sewn up. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to make one more little stitch. Sorry. One more little stitch. And now I'm going to put the button on. Now this button has 4 holes, so you did it upside down after I said what side I was going to use. Turn it over and put the needle through one of the holes. So you're just going to pull it through, pull the thread through. So there we go. Now you can go to the one beside it, or you can go to the one across it. Since this is for a young boy, I'm going to do it across it, so I want to make sure it's tight. And then you just go in to the opposite side, sorry, and pull it through like that. So see, you have the threads, it's covering up that spot where we had the hole made. And then I'm going to come back up through where I went in on that side. I'm going back up through the first side. Whoops. Okay, so now I'm going to go back through this side. I'm going to do that I'm going to do it about 3 times. Sometimes you have to turn it to the back to find your spot. Okay, pull it back through, and then do it one more time. Pull it through, and then I'm going to come back up through the empty hole, and then go back down the other empty hole, and then I'm going to do that about 3 times. Sometimes you have to poke 2 or 3 times to find your spot. Did it again. Keep hitting my phone. Okay, then back down. Then back up. Kind of in the dark here. Okay, then back up. Then back down. Oops, wrong hole. That hole. Okay, and then you're going to turn it over. Doesn't look too neat on the back, but that's okay because I've had to fill that hole up. And then we're going to sew a couple of times in the back just to make sure it's secure. And then I like to do a little, what do? I pull it through, and then I make a little go in the loop a couple of times. Gives it a good knot. And then let me lay these down up here. And then I'm going to twirl it, put it through the loop, grab a hold of the thumbnail, and make a knot. Sometimes you can stick your needle in there so you find a little loop and blood, and make it down real tight. Down real tight. I'm going to do that again. It didn't get real close like I wanted to. Make a knot, cut it, and there's your button sewn on your pants, so you don't have to worry about your pants falling down anymore. Thank you for watching.